Hi and Assalamualaikum. So this is my presentation PSN1. My name is Alia Binti Azihar and my metric number is AN190027. And my SV is TS Dr. Muhammad Najrul bin Roslan. So I will explain my project, which is yarn properties of blended pineapple leaf fiber and cotton fiber. The first chapter is Introduction. For background of study, the pineapple leaf is currently being waste in the most area where this plant is grown, with just fruit itself being used. We believe that the only portion of the fruits that has many value is the fruit itself, and the rest of it should be thrown away. Pineapple leaf fiber, or we call it puff, is a natural fiber that is also a type of natural cellulosic fiber derived from pineapple leaf. Cotton has been bred for lin fiber, which currently dominates the natural textile industry all over the world. The present inquiry of the spinning technique for pineapple leaf fiber, based on the cotton spinning method, has revealed the comparison of generate yarn qualities. Two distinct studies was carried out with the goal of producing the resulting yarn by spinning puff. Yarn produced from puff and cotton spinning method in equal proportion were spun, and yarn count, tensile characteristic, yarn uniformity, and starvation were tested and studied. Next is problem statement. The first one is the increased manufacturing of pineapple processed food leads to huge waste creation. Pineapples byproducts are no exception, and they mostly consist of the remaining pulp, peel, stem, and leaf. Next, there is no appeal for yarn made from blended cotton fiber and pineapple leaf fiber. Nevertheless, there is such a yarn blended cotton fiber with jute and polyester. Objective of this project is to produce blended pineapple leaf fiber with cotton fiber using the ring spinning method. Next one is to determine the physical and mechanical properties subject to the different composition ratio of pineapple leaf fiber and cotton fiber. Scope of this study is material used in this project are pineapple fiber and cotton fiber. Next one is pineapple fiber is obtained from MPIB, Malaysian Pineapple Industry Board. And the third one is tree composition ratio, which is 50%, 40%, and 30% of pineapple leaf fiber. And the last one is this project will obtain the last product that give fineness and the tenacity of yarn properties. The study contributes to a variety of key ways of our understanding of how puff and cotton blended yarn behave, which is important for ongoing research. The importance of the study will result in beneficial effects of the community as well as for environment. For environment, as is a common knowledge, the production of puff and cotton yarn using pineapple leaf will help to lessen environment pollution, decrease waste, preserve energy and natural resources, and reduce the overall amount of stress. The next one is industry. The production of pineapple leaf fiber in industry will have a number of appealing characteristics and benefits, such as being environmentally friendly, being biodegradable, having a cheap cost, being thinness, and being easily moldable. And the last one is for community. The look of society may change for the better as a result of the new discoveries. In addition to this, the general public may be aware of the damage of the environment that is caused by synthetic fibers. We move with chapter 2, which is literature review. The first one is from Moller and Popescu, which entitled Natural Fiber, and the finding is classification of natural fiber and raw material of natural fiber. The next one is Textile Today, entitled Clothing Made from Pineapple Fiber, and the finding is comparison of puff with other natural fiber, puff extraction, and fabric structure made from pulp. The next one is from Textile Blog, which is properties, extraction, and use of pineapple leaf fiber, which is discuss about technique of fiber extraction and the procedure of removing fiber from the pineapple leaf. The next one is mechanical properties of pineapple leaf fiber reinforced polypropylene composite, which is in this article mentioned the new production technique and raw material into the textile industry. and technology in textile manufacturing process. And next one is from Mazharul Islam Hiron, entitled Fiber Blending, which discuss yarn product performance and physical and mechanical properties of yarn. Transfer of fiber in carding machine, from article Lee and O'Kendon, discuss about process of performing carding and fundamental operation of yarn manufacture carding. The next one is also from Mazharul Islam Kiran, which is different type of yarn spinning techniques. In this article says that procedure used to create fiber or filament from natural or manufactured polymer, and different types of yarn spinning technique. Next is from Das Ali Gurusami, which is discuss about rotor spinning. In his article said that description of rotor spinning and process sequence in rotor spinning. And the last one is from Bhattacharya and Sheikh, which is engineering technique of ring spinning, and it discusses about the fundamental of the ring spinning process, describing general principle of yarn formation and various aspects of ring spinning. And for our last chapter, chapter 3, which is methodology. In order to successfully complete the research project, the flowchart served as useful reference. Within the scope of this study endeavor, there were three primary procedures engaged. The first process began with the sample preparation of pineapple cotton fiber that were used. The second process was the preparation of sliver using carding method. And the last process will be the preparation of yarn conducted by spinning process. Before the process starts, extracted pulp were obtained from MPIB Malaysian Pineapple Industry Board, Pontian Johor, as much as 5 kg has been supplied. All this pineapple has been extracted by MPIB workers, and the process began with fiber sizing. The pulp was manually cut into short pieces measuring between 3 and 4 mm in length. Next process is fiber opening. In this process of opening, compacted pulp from a bale are unrolled and separated into a smaller tuft of fiber. And the last process is blending process, which is pulp and cotton fiber were blended using carding machine located at UTHM. And the pineapple and cotton fiber will be prepared in three different ratios, which is 50-50, 60-40, and 70-30. After cording or combing the fiber, which is followed by drawing the fiber into long strip in which it is aligned parallel to itself, a sliver is produced. The creation of sliver is an important factor in determining the quality of the yarn. The carding process will take place after the blending process, and it is the most of the important factors that will be determined in the final outcome of the yarn it is being created. In the first section, fiber are received by the roller from the feed rolls and were sent to the cylinder zone, which resulted in the fibers being opened up. And the second section, fibers will move from cylinder to the doffer, and the difference in speed between the cylinder and the doffer makes it is possible to the fiber to be stripped by a strip roller from a doffer to form a cut web. And in the last section, this cut web has been drawn gathered by a high-speed fly comb. Finally, the web was drawn and gathered through a trumpet blade, which shaped the web into a round sliver, and it has been placed in a bin. Next, for the preparation of yarn, the ring spinning machine is a type of technology that is used in production of a variety of yarn that are utilized in textile industry. In the most cases, the purpose of a ring spinning machine is to transform a sliver into an extremely tiny strand that is referred as a yarn. In section A, carded sliver will be placed in bobbin rings at the holder. And at section B, this guide rail arrangement leads to section B, which is begin with the back drafting arrangement, and it is then passed through the permitted to continue via the from drafting roller. And in the last section, which is section C, where the Z twist is produced by a spindle that rotates at a high speed, and each rotation of the spindle causes the fiber strand to take a turn or twist in order to make a yarn. The analysis of the yarn consists of the physical and the tensile properties test, both of which are conducted in separated stages. The impact of various ratios on the morphological, physical, and mechanical characteristic of the yarn were investigated. For first physical analysis, the degree of the yarn thickness is referred to as its finesses. We use the yarn count, which is also known as yarn density, to indicate the thickness of the yarn. According to the standard test method ASTM 1907, this method is applicable to yarn finer than 2000 tacks. And next analysis is tensile analysis, which is this property is calculated by dividing the breaking force by the linear density of the yarn. The tensile qualities of thread and yarns may be measured according to ASTM standard D2256. In this study, we will consider two parameters, which is the first parameter is by changing the three different ratio, which is already mentioned before, which is 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 of fiber weight. Next, the parameter is by changing the twist setting in ring spinning machine control panel. Those are to apply the twist will be set for 800 and 900. In this chapter, the expected result referring to the objective of this research as mentioned earlier will be discussed. Three different weight ratios will be used to conduct the experiment, which are physical properties and mechanical properties. By conducting the physical experiment, I will obtain results which are as fineness of the yarn. The fineness of the yarn is depending on the composition ratio. The yarn with the highest ratio will have the lowest fineness compared to other ratio. After that, by conducting the mechanical experiment, the result will obtain the tenacity of the yarn. And the yarn with the highest ratio will be harder, which make it stronger than the other ratio. Based on the test, I will obtain the three results, which is tenacity, maximum strength, and strain at the maximum. From the test also, I can identify the maximum amount of tensile stress that the yarn can take before its failure. So that's all from my presentation. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.